And it was mostly just a bunch of people wrestling, though, and
well, yeah,
hanging from things, and wasn't as interesting as like American Ninja Warrior or anything like that.
Yeah, well, apparently they've clipped that though because they like that one, and it's just they've been showing him just the.
What was
and
the
what's
news?
bad is that the chick is big, like she's a very
Oh, no,
large
yeah,
bodybuilder,
yeah.
and the person that went up against her was not one of the bigger guys, and completely, and you're just like, whoa, a odd little show.
Yeah, the new one I was watching with Goldberg as the host. It was like Knife Fight or something. But basically, you bring your own weapon and you go through these different obstacles that you have to use your weapon to get through. It was really interesting. You had guys with choppers, but I think the guy with the long sword won. But yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, Netflix has been having a lot of those weird shows, like Physical 100 was what it was called.
Slide up again. I want to see something.
Well, if I slide over it, it's going to start playing.
Oh no, I mean up. I thought it's. Okay, that is a weird picture.
Oh, it's Knife or Death. That's what it was. Knife or Death.
Which one's weird? Fortune Fire.
Good Place. I'm trying to find out if that is.
Oh, that.
Like what on earth? I'm not sure what I'm looking at.
Yeah. Fortune Fire has been fun. I've enjoyed watching that. Watch people make swords and different blacksmithing type stuff.
I've watched a few videos of that stuff. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Like watching them like forge. There was this a YouTube channel that would make fantasy weapons like from games, and they would like make the Keyblade and a bunch of other stuff, and it was pretty cool.
But yeah,
it was Knife or Death I was watching. That was interesting.
Knife or Death.
Mm-hmm.
Can you bring a chainsaw?
I don't think so. It has to be a blade. And you have to go through
they made a Rurouni Kenshin movie. Why does he have a sword in his mouth? Was that something he did in the anime? Did I forget that? Or are we going on? This is a crossover with One Piece.
I don't remember. I tried watching it. It wasn't that great. Like you can see, I got 5 of 138.
Wow, you only got 5 in, and you were like, "I'm done here."
So it was like most anime. Got it.
Well, a lot. Netflix keeps trying to do live actions of anime. They're not really going well.
Well, that one wasn't Netflix. I mean, that was done in.
Oh.
Which they don't do. I mean, Japan doesn't do much better with live action anime either.
I know. I've watched the Full Metal Alchemist. I am aware.
So I mean, you can't just blame Netflix for not doing good on live action anime.
That's true.
Japan doesn't do it well either.
Oh yeah, we did watch Into the Badlands for a while, didn't we?
Yeah. Anyway, let me get off this. We'll start the show instead of our weird ramblings now.
It's still gonna be weird rambling.
Well, that's true. Welcome to Dicejunkies. I'm Xenodamus. I'm here with
Q.
And on Skype,
we got Bloodaxe.
All right, let's get started. First up, Ant-Man came out.
In case you didn't know, because a lot of people didn't.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I think, the first or the start of Phase 5. So, not good critic review. Like, critics pretty much bash this, which is we haven't seen in a while. But
hey, look, it's got a great audience score, or does it?
Yeah, this is one of Rotten Tomatoes. You know, the conspiracies of Rotten Tomatoes, where Rotten Tomato seems to try to alleviate
review bombing.
But I mean, you call a bad review bombing. I call a bad review saying a movie's bad.
Well, I mean, the reason we say this is that show them the other scores. Like, this is the audience score, 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. But when you go over to Metascore and IMDb, it drops
a little
drastically.
Better on IMDb at a 6.6, but a Metascore of 48%.
Well, even 6.6 is nearly a 20% drop, from
84 is basically 66%.
So it's nearly 20% on IMDb, and then a whopping nearly, not quite, but like 40% on Metascore. So it's like, wow. And then we looked at the other movies and we saw this across the board. We saw that like it's weird.
Yeah.
Everywhere else, audience scores are always severely lower than Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes has these really, really high scores for the Disney products that are just not represented on any other site, even when you go through multiple sites. So we're like, okay, if you give me 3 scores and 2 out of 3 are similar, one of them is wildly different, I'm going to lean toward the majority on thinking which one's legit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to lean toward the 2 others that are closer together. So we're just bringing it up because we thought it was interesting, but apparently they couldn't get the critics to play ball. You know, which probably because you can't, you know, you don't normally pull a critic review.
Yeah.
So they can't really just yank a critic review off the site. But they can eliminate audience ratings like crazy. We know they do it. They admit they go in and they quote, "We removed a bunch of review bombing." Because that is just ridiculous to be like 48 and an 84. I don't believe there's enough review bombing to be that big a point score difference. Wouldn't you say, Bloodaxe? I don't think that, quote, that was all review bombing.
Yeah,
Well,
but
no.
I mean,
No, it's not all review bombing. I don't think, especially on the 84%, because I was looking up how much made in the box office, and it made 6 figures. I didn't expect it to do that well, to be honest with you. So we'll see how much it tapers off next week. But apparently, it looks like several of the audience members did like it, and it made over 100 million in its opening weekend. Of course, the competition wasn't all that impressive either. So.
Well, it's a Marvel movie. Marvel movies breaking 6 figures is standard, man. I mean, it's still one of the largest movie franchises out there.
A lot of the other ones didn't break 6 figures on the opening weekend, though.
Really?
That's why I was surprised that this one did.
see, to me, this is more of if you're gonna get rid of 1 stars because you think they're review bombing, something like this would be something I would get rid of. I purchased 3D tickets and the showing was actually regular. That has nothing to do with this fucking movie.
Yeah, that's the theater fucked up.
Yeah.
That's the kind of review you yank.
But
well, you know, dude, you got a family, you got the boys. Why don't you go check it out and come back and let us know?
Because I don't want to go see it.
Of course, nobody wants to go see it, but take the bullet.
Yeah, I have no interest in it, and especially taking, my kids and, you have to multiply everything times 4 or 5, depending on if my oldest one's here. No. If it was Spider-Man, yeah. we'd go.
Spider-Man. My boys would insist on going to see Spider-Man. Yeah.
well, let's say I haven't seen any 1-star reviews that have been detailed, and that's weird.
But we'll see
Because
how
all the 1-star reviews I've seen, which would be the ones you would think would be bombing, would be the 1-sentence ones.
Yeah, we'll see how much it tapers off after week 2. I mean, if it still only drops like 15, 20, 30%, then it's still going to keep making money. But if it drops 60, 70%, that's
the thing. Because first weekend, the quality, the first weekend sales, everybody's going to go see the movie before the reputation is going to get out if it's good or bad. So yeah, a good jump off is not an indicator, like you say, that the movie is going to maintain. Now, if it drops drastically over the next few weeks, then that'll mean that the Metascore and the IMDb is accurate. If it continues to climb and do well, then that'll mean that the Rotten Tomatoes is accurate. That's a good way to think of it. I like that. That'll tell you which score is probably more accurate. I just find it interesting that because we didn't just look at this, though. We went and looked at like the last few Marvel movies and just noticed that Rotten Tomatoes is unequivocally always 20 to 30% higher every time. They just have way higher scores.
Which I will say, so far on IMDb, if you look at the worst rated Marvel franchise, it is the 4th worst. So.
Oh no, yeah, like many people are calling it one of the worst Marvel movies, which is why, like I said, I'm going to probably err on the side of, people are calling it one of the worst. And I'm like, maybe. Doesn't mean, like you say, the opening weekend, because the thing is, movies got to be watched before people know they're bad.
Miss Marvel wasn't a movie.
Miss Marvel was a series.
But by IMDb, Thor, Love and Thunder, and Eternals is worse than Ant-Man.
So far.
But if you look at their Metascore, Ant-Man has actually got a lower Metascore than both of those. news.
Well, also Ant-Man just came out. It may drop more.
It
gotta
may.
say, like, gotta realize,
it definitely could.
yeah, it's one of the 4th lowest rated and it just came out. Like in 1 week, it's gotten that low.
So yeah, we'll see. Like Bloodaxe, I think how the numbers follow after the opening weekend will really tell a more detailed story. Other than that, I guess we could try to force one of us to watch it, but I do not volunteer for tribute.
I don't have Disney Plus, so it's gonna have to be you. It's gonna have to be Bloodaxe.
Is it on Disney Plus?
It'll be there eventually.
You got to pay for it now, I'm sure, but it'll come out in a couple months.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah, they've not been waiting long to put stuff on Disney Plus, man. It'll be on there soon.
I was just making sure it wasn't one of those where they went straight to Disney Plus, but
I doubt it. But I mean, I expect within, like he said, I give it 2 months. Once it dries up in theaters to any degree, they're gonna definitely toss it on. You gotta click the Marvel, don't you?
yeah. Well, I mean, it would.
You think it would show up first? Yeah.
And it's not on the new, but yeah.
So no, guys, that's just Ant-Man and Wasp. That's not the Ant-Man and
You can
Wasp
watch
part.
Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
Yeah, the only Marvel movie I'm interested in right now is Guardians Volume 3. The other ones I'm just not super into.
I guess I'll have to go check out Spawn or something. I'm done with Marvel, aren't I?
Oh, Marvel is it's yeah. Anyways, so
Do they hate money?
I mean I think they do.
It ain't that hard.
Speaking of hating money, so Blizzard workers furious after demoralizing Q&A meeting. So this is always fun. Another episode of Let's Pick on Blizzard.
This one does feel like picking though.
Yeah. No, I mean honestly, I somewhat. So I was reading through the article because I was like, oh, what did Blizzard do this time? And actually this time, from what I read, some of it's a little sus, but for the most part, it's people just whining. Like one of the big complaints is, oh darn, Blizzard says we got to go back to the office. You fucking bastards. And it's like, yeah, that place where you work.
I mean, the key part of this was the wording where it's that this isn't we're taking remote workers and we're telling them they can't remote work anymore. This is a return to work order, which is you're not a remote worker. They just let them remote work because, COVID, other stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now they're saying time to come back in. They're not even making them come back in full. It's like 3 days a week.
Yeah.
And they're pitching
and
a hissy fit.
There's still exceptions for medical or religious reasons.
Yeah.
And
so it's like, yeah, get back to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta get back to work. It's like, that's simple. I've been working from home for a while, and it's about time for us to go back. We're going back. Ain't nobody whining. We're just like, all right, time's up. Time to go back. That's what you do. You go back to work. And it's like, what has happened when people don't want to even... Anyway, let me stop. It's just funny because this does... And then there was like, they didn't get the bonus they wanted, but nobody did because they didn't hit their goals. So you're like, well, yeah, they didn't hit their goals.
Yeah.
Everybody across the board.
And that was my assumption that they didn't hit the goals. That's not actually stated. They don't say why. They just said they got 58% of the promised bonus.
Yeah, reduced profit sharing.
Yeah, but working in corporations like this, usually this is because some part of the year-end goals did not get met, so they did a partial bonus. Which, hey, I've worked for companies that if you didn't meet all the goals, you got nothing. So,
yeah,
and I mean it's across the board, and I mean. And it's a bonus. It'd be different if it was out of the salary, but it's like, hey, there was a bonus. A bonus isn't what we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I get it that's disappointing. Don't get me wrong. A 42% decrease in your expectations on a bonus would be disheartening. But it's not villain stuff. It's just bad business. Blizzard is not doing good. And they should know. I mean, they're trying to go like, well, they made this much money, and I'm like, do you know how much money Blizzard's been losing? Yeah. They've been in the news. They've been getting in trouble so much. Obviously, they're not doing well. They've been getting in trouble constantly.
Say, they also listed off some salaries in here, and I would say yes, they are highly underpaid if those numbers are true. Of course, they pulled them off of one of those submit your salary type sites, so the legitimacy of it could go either way.
I mean, Blizzard got sued. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, there's going to be some cutbacks. It sucks. I get it. But, I mean, it doesn't mean, like I said, that this, to me, compared to the stuff Blizzard's doing, this is a side trip compared to, like, the reason they were getting sued, the real trouble they've been getting into. So, like Bobby Kotick's excessive salary, it's like, this here was one of those cases where it felt a little whiny. It felt like, okay, yeah, that sucks. But that ain't the worst thing about working at Blizzard. Like, from what I hear, this is far from the worst thing about working at Blizzard.
I mean, it's another, it's just another attack on Blizzard. And honestly, where a lot of the attacks are legitimate, I don't know, man. This one fell short a little bit on me. And I felt like they were mostly just, getting us to read their article. I don't know, like, it also may be something to do with, the California is still trying to get money. The state of California is still trying to get money out of Blizzard. So anything that they can do to say, you owe us more money.
That's what happens when you leave your phone on and people forget that you are busy.
Anyway, if Microsoft bought Blizzard, a lot of this would be solved. I'm just saying. Screw you.
They have money. Yeah.
Screw you, Sony.
I mean, this would be money in their pocket to pay this off, pay their employees, pay their lawsuits and legal fees.
Wait, what you got on this, Blood?
Well, as I was talking in the chat, I mean, you're complaining about your bonuses, but a lot of us didn't even get a raise this year because of the situation that most businesses are in. So you can smoke it for all I care. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous that you're throwing a pity party, working from home, still getting bonuses and raises, and yeah, there's a lot of people out there that are really struggling right now. It's very short-sighted on some, but I get it. You want to maximize your compensation. I understand that. Yeah. But if your employer, if your business you're working for isn't meeting its goals, you're right. You shouldn't get a bonus at all. That's the way it traditionally works. I
think a good company does partial bonuses. I mean, I would definitely say I preferred working for companies that did partial bonus versus no bonus at all.
Yeah, but I would work harder if there was a chance for no bonus.
I want every penny I can get, so I work hard either way.
Oh, well, yeah. Bonus. I'm going to pursue the bonus.
I'm going to pursue 100%.
Yeah, I'm going to bust rump to make sure that I'm in the best opportunity to get my.
But if your bonus isn't determined by just your work.
Now, I will say most of the people that did partial bonuses, they also did bonuses where if you exceed, you get 110% bonus or 120% bonus. So I think that's how they counteract the idea of working less, because at least I'll get partial bonus. Well, if I work more, though, I'll get more than a full bonus,
Mm-hmm. So, good.
Oh, no, I was just reading the chat.
Oh. Yeah. So, I mean, but yeah, this is one of those cases where the main thing that's caught my eye is just kind of like what happened with Twitter. It's like you just become aware of this almost disassociated workforce of, like, here we are in the trenches busting our tails working, and you hear people like, they took away the cappuccino machine. I can't live in these conditions. And you're just like, man, what the heck are you on about? Like, coffee machine in our building, we bought it. Like, the company didn't buy nothing. We bought the coffee maker. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just wild to like sometimes go like, because they call it outrage. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I get it's demoralizing. Hey, don't get me wrong. I understand. Outrage, though? What are you outraged about?
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, like the whole meeting was supposed to be like he called the meeting because apparently he was trying to address some of their concerns. Oh, well, yes, we're going to have people come back, but, you know, it's only going to be partial. There's still going to be exceptions. It's only the people who were working in the office before.
Yeah, we're not going to grab the people that are supposed to be remote. And that's the thing. The word outrage is another one of those words that's about to go extinct in having any gravitas because it's used ridiculously. You know, I'm outraged. We're outraged. What are you outraged about? I'm outraged. I'm expected to do my job. What? Like it's gonna lose all its weight.
Wow.
You know?
Sorry. We'll in the chat room we pulled money for a Keurig, and the lady that organized it took it with her when she retired. That's
a pimp move.
That's a petty move.
She's like, Keurig's mine now.
That's hardcore, isn't it?
And see, this is what happens in real workplaces. While y'all are over there, I only got this percentage of my profit share bonus, and they expect me to I gotta come to work some of the week. They were one of the parts are complaining, but it's a long drive, and I'm like, I know my coworker doesn't stay in the same county or city as me. He drives 45 minutes to an hour to work every friggin' day. And you know what? He's on time. And then he drops his wife off at her job along the way. These freaking first world problems, man. What the heck, man? Oh, no. I might have to go to my place I work. I'm sorry. I know it's me, but I work hard for my money, usually. Finally got to a decent level, but especially before my current position, I worked really hard for my money. And I'm just like, you people don't know what real work is. Like, you don't know what a hostile work environment. Well, okay, you work for Blizzard, you do know what a hostile work environment is.
And you can't be that broad. There are people that understand.
Yeah, so. Anyway, stop tossing the word outrage out over some baby stuff. So you know what you say? You say I'm annoyed. You say I'm irritated.
I will say the whole outrage and is getting tiring.
We got other topics about outrage.
Yeah, well, and let's move on then. Let's
go to more outrage.
So next up is the next Harry Potter of the gaming world.
Atomic
Heart. Now, I mean, I don't know, man. I can somewhat see the direction people are at least coming from on this one. So anyway, people are upset about Atomic Heart, which the new game comes out tomorrow. It's going to be on Game Pass, and similar to like how they did with the recent Harry Potter game. They're like, if you play this game, you're a horrible person. You're supporting this. You're supporting that. But and that's because this came out of Russia, which, with the whole Ukraine-Russia thing, a lot of people are saying, well, you're supporting Russia and the deaths of Ukrainians if you buy this game, basically.
Was Atomic Heart designed by like the military? Like I don't it feels like a stretch. It feels like this is honestly I believe that this is the popularization of popularization of a current new trend. They're always looking for a fight to have, and a new fight is, well, let's attack you for playing a video game. Yeah. And with Hogwarts Legacy, they attacked people over a game because they didn't like J.K. Rowling, even though she didn't design the game. When they said, well, she might make money off of it. And I'm like, she makes more money off of everything else, dumbass. Like, Universal Studios is where she makes her money. The books, the game, not even the games, the paraphernalia, the merchandise. I believe that out of her, I would be surprised if 1% of her income is off of that game. But people tripping. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't understand where it's coming from. She's got a conflict with a certain community. And if that community doesn't want to support the game, that's fine. But they're attacking other people. Now, they're doing the same thing here. They're going to attack you if you play Atomic Hearts. And it's just like, and these tweets and attacks are so ugly and horrible and disgusting that it's only causing animosity towards the group that you're trying to help. Like, for example, I've already seen and heard from a few places of comment of, I don't give a flip about Ukraine. And I'm just like, whoa. But that's the attitude people get when you attack them. See, some people react to you attacking them by immediately becoming hostile to your effing party. Because if they weren't before, they're like, wait, what you say to me? You know what, man? Flip you, flip that, hammer and sickle, bitch. Like, that's a reaction they have when you do that to them. Yeah. So they're creating a conflict that wasn't there.
So, I mean, Munfish, the creators of Atomic Heart, were, of course, reached out to this, and through Twitter, they did respond. They said, guys, we have noted the questions surrounding where we at Munfish stand. We want to assure you that Munfish is a developer and studio with a global team focused on an innovative game, and is undeniably a pro-peace organization against violence against people.
I mean, literally, you're fighting robots in a game. You're not even fighting people, to the best of my knowledge. It's like it's a. But if you keep doing this where you make everything a you or me, then me, not you. That's all I'm saying. You make it a you or me, then me, not you. Does that mean you're this? Does that mean you're that? Okay. If you're going to make it you or me, then yes.
Yeah.
Because if you make it to where my choice is obey you or go by my own beliefs, and you don't give me any reasonable options, then yeah, it's me, not you. So that's why this is a bad idea, because they're making people pick a side that they weren't going to do that before. You want to play Harry Potter, now you're like, I think J.K. Rowling's the smartest, most beautiful, intelligent. You know, like, because people get mad and they're going pro J.K. Rowling's because you told them you're pro J.K. Rowling, you play the game. There's no option. So they're like, okay. Because I'm not going to be like, all right.
So back on this game that
I'm going to play Atomic Heart. No, I'm saying this because I'm going to play Atomic Heart. I'm playing it.
Yeah. So I mean, it does. I will say so. I mean, that it's a bit of a. I mean, it's an easy response. It's an easy response. That's my thing. So I do get where some people are coming from with that, and I mean, because they're wanting to know where the money's at, and of course, if you follow the money, there was 3 key investors, which Tencent is one of. Gem Capital and Gaijin Entertainment. Now supposedly there were some hands with the that Russian social media company or something. So I mean, there is a chance that this money. I mean, obviously, any money going into Russia is going to the country. So, but yes, China. China has its hands in almost all of gaming across multiple countries. Tencent is, took a piece of Epic, Discord, Ubisoft.
Riot Games. Yeah, I mean, Tencent's got their fingers in everybody's pie. So I'm not surprised to see Tencent.
Big hand in Sony. So yeah, So that's. I mean, yeah. More of your money's probably going to go to China than it's going to go to Russia.
And my whole thing is that, like you said, I don't think this game's going to make enough money to even matter. Like, that's my biggest thing. Is I'm like, Atomic Heart was a game we mentioned, and whenever we mentioned it, nobody knew what the fuck we were talking about.
Yeah.
But now you've made it. Now you've made it big
The only
news.
reason it really came up is because it's coming up on Game Pass. I think if it wasn't on Game Pass, nobody would even know what this game was.
I wouldn't spend money on it. I was gonna play it because it's what's coming out on my Game Pass. But like, is it something I plan to pay for? You know, I'm more interested in another game we saw from the actual maker of BioShock. But I mean, but the thing is, I said, oh, cool, I'm going to get to try out this game.
Yeah.
It looks interesting. But now it's made news, which is dumb because you're drawing attention to it. And this is this ain't Harry Potter. This is a game that probably went under the radar. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think this would have went under the radar if it didn't get all this attention.
Yeah. And to address the chat room, as far as China funneling any more of that money back into Russia, well, yeah, that's getting a little too deep into the politics for this show.
Yeah,
but,
we're not gonna get in all that. I'm just pointing out that I don't think that
possibility though. Yeah,
I just don't I'm gonna end on the point of I believe that if you really didn't want Atomic Hearts to make a lot of money, they should have let it stay obscure. And it was a dumb mistake to make it a mainstay talking topic because I forgot it was coming out until I saw it again. It was a very obscure game.
Let's be honest. This is once again, it's it's the same old dude. These people that come out against this stuff is just bringing more light to this game than it was going to have before. It is now going to have more people playing it, more people streaming it, and more people buy it. Because it's become a talking point.
Yeah, now that it's got all this attention, now it's a game to play and stream. So I think that I definitely believe the number of streamers, you're right, has definitely gone up. Because now it's like, ooh, that's that game everybody was talking about.
I might even stream it.
Yeah. But it's like, that's that game everybody was talking about. Instead of now, what's Atomic Heart? Now it's Atomic Heart. Oh, I'm outraged. Outraged. That's going to be the running theme. Outrage!
Oh man! All right. So next up, I guess we'll talk a little bit about. I know me and Q have been playing recently. The game came out last week. That came out Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah, Thursday, and that's the new Wild Hearts. Now, people have been talking about PC performance issues. I really haven't had much performance issues, but I probably have a relatively hefty PC, so
true. And I having a lot of fun with this. We decided to play this because we got sick and tired of waiting on Sunbreak. They gave us Monster Hunter Rise with no Sunbreak, so we're playing Wild Hearts. Outrage. So actually enjoying it. I'm having fun.
I've enjoyed it so far. I have I spent I don't know. I'm trying not to play it too much because I don't really see that I'm going to be big into Atomic Hearts. I probably so I don't know if I'm going to have another game anytime soon.
I'm trying not to burn out.
Yeah.
I'm burning fast. I'm burning fast and furious, man. I'm playing. I dive into games. I get all the mileage out of them I can. But then again, it's because it's the pastime in reality. Like, you're trying to pass the time. I've been not feeling well lately. Y'all probably could hear it, been a little sick. So you're sitting at home, you're not feeling well. You play games to pass the time. The games have been fun. Xeno and me haven't got into multiplayer yet because we're both the kind that kind of like to feel confident in a game. We like to get our skills.
Well, I finally unlocked all the weapons today. So
now, chapter 2, we're going to probably go ahead and start going and doing the runs. But, because we're too competitive to show up with half-ass skills. Yeah. So we both had to reach a point where we feel comfortable because, we're going to mess with each other because, I wasn't the first person to die.
Yeah.
We're up there talking, and somebody tried to fight King Tusk with a wooden sword, basically. He stomped your butt.
He did.
I've died more than you, though, since then. But then again, I don't know.
I've died quite a bit.
I don't know. Lava Bat kicks my butt, man. That lava monkey likes to whoop my tail.
I've gotten to wear. Of course, I'm also wearing his skin as armor, which has high fire resistance.
Yeah, I have a minus 6 fire.
The first time I fought him, it sucked because I had a negative to the fire resistance, quite a bit. And but
by the way, what is with me? Because you remember in Monster Hunter Rise, why do I always have fire vulnerability?
So I killed him, used his skin for armor, and then started farming him.
And that's what a Monster Hunter game is like for those you don't know. But it's a fun game. Like I said, definitely good fighting. If you like Monster Hunter games, it's pretty good. Mm-hmm. I can't compare it easily to Monster Hunter Rise because I just started with Rise. And Rise, from what I understand, may not really be the best of the Monster Hunters. I've heard some people say World was a lot better, especially with Iceborne. So it'd be unfair to compare it to a series, especially what may not be the best. Plus, we don't have Sunbreak, so we don't even have the current iteration of Rise. So,
I will say I like a lot of the intricacies though of Wild Hearts with I like the contraptions. The contraptions are cool.
Karakuri.
The Karakuri is a neat concept. It sort of gives it that sort of
I need to remember to use those better.
Yeah. I will say I don't use them a lot. I'm in battle. And I'm not sure what conditions unlock some of them because, like, I unlocked one today when I was fighting the.
Let's just fight a certain monster.
Well, here's the thing: I was fighting the grit dog or whatever it's called, and this was my second time to fight him.
It's a certain attack tends to trigger it.
Yeah, I will say I annihilated him the first time I fought him.
Oh wow!
And so the second time I did not quite kill him as fast. I got lucky. Like, I got in there with one of my really good combos, and I had the katana's thing fully charged. So I went in, got a really good combo, then immediately went into that chain blade.
Yeah. See, I first fought him with the Nodachi, and I'm not that great with it. But when I went back with the katana, he went down. Like, when I had the katana, I tore him a new one.
All right, we're losing the audience here. Anyway, if you're interested in a hunter type of game, Monster Hunter type game, which is mainly a action RPG adventure type, with melee combat and some ranged, I think it's worth checking out.
Yeah. So, just to let you know, that's what we're playing. I don't know what Bloodaxe is playing right now because it probably sucks. But we're having fun with Wild Hearts. I see you being a smart ass in chat. Yeah. So, but you know, with next game that's coming up will probably be Redfall or Wolong, I think, is the next one, which hopefully all three of us will get a hand at. You know, that one's in March, right? Yeah, March.
Wolong's in March. Redfall, I don't remember.
No, Redfall's way out in, like, I think April or May. It might be May. It's way out there.
I think it's May because Dead Island 2 is in April.
Yeah, that'll be another one that me and you'll be getting. We're definitely going to get Dead Island 2. Because I play zombie games, man, and I mean, I'm definitely in multiplayer zombie games that are actually a real game and not that back for blood nonsense.
Yeah, Wolong is March 2nd.
So, yeah, that's not too far off.
Is May 2nd.
So, it'll be Wolong. So, the order of the games that we'll be coming back and tell you about is going to be Wolong.
Well, Atomic Hearts comes out tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, I'm also playing Wild Hearts. I'll probably stick a toe in Atomic Heart and play it casually. But I'll probably stop Wild Hearts for a while to go full in on Wolong because I love action RPGs. And, I mean, I love the Elden Ring, and I played the demo Wolong. I liked it. So Wolong, I'll probably go full in, and Dead Island 2 full in, and Redfall we're hoping will be good. You know, we'll see. So those are ones, but Wolong and Redfall will be hopefully all three Dicejunkies and get all that. And me and Bloodaxe are planning for Dead Island 2, and you may see some streaming. We're still deciding on the streaming of it, you know. But I don't know. We did Dying Light. We're gonna go ahead and do a Dead Island 2 series. What do you think, Blood?
I'll do any series you want to run with. The thing about Wolong and watching the trailers and the gameplay, it seems more like a Soul Calibur-esque type adventure game. And Wild Hearts and Monster Hunter Rise is not for me. It's not a game that piqued my interest. I tried the demo and it's just I uninstalled it. I wasn't interested in it. But Atomic Heart, I will play that. And I may even stream it. I don't know. Just it depends on how interesting the game is. But with all the controversy, you know, streaming it might give us some press, and we may even get a couple of watchers or two. But Dead Island, I wouldn't mind starting from character creation, but I know you like to figure out your character and the game first.
No, it's Dead Island, dude. I don't mind. We can start a Dead Island from intro. I don't mind. I got Dead Island's a game that I would want to start on multiplayer from the second you can do it. I don't mind that. I don't take Dead Island nearly
No,
as serious.
that is gonna be interesting. What I think Dead Island 2 comes out right before Redfall.
No,
It's like
no, it's in
or something like that. It's in April. I know that.
April, but it may be the end of April.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Let's take a look. See, like where's show? We get you information. What is the Dead Island 2 release?
April 21st.
Oh.
So yeah, just a week and a half before Redfall.
Huh.
So
yeah, but we go through Dead Island pretty fast because we play it. Well, by that time I'll start my new job, so I don't know how much time I'm gonna be able to play. We might get a good chunk of it done though.
I mean, it's also no rush. I mean, you don't play Dead Island games because the story's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Just like you don't play Dying Light 2. We didn't play Dying Light 2 for the story.
Yeah, you find the cool recipes and you find ways
you
to
kill zombies. Yeah, so and the way they look like they're going lighthearted with it, I'm not expecting much of a story. I'm expecting we're gonna hit the ground and we're gonna start killing zombies, and then when Xeno gets off or he feels like playing, we'll go play Redfall. And then when he decides he's sick and tired of Bloodaxe and don't want to play anymore online,
I don't know, man. I'd probably rather play Dead Island than Redfall.
Oh man, we'd love to have another Dead Island play. You got to buy that one though.
But is it cross-play? That's the question.
Oh, we've got something to look into, people. All right, we'll find out. We'll come back and let everybody know. That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. There hasn't been as much information on it as I'd like. Like, we only got a little bit of gameplay, didn't we, Bloodaxe? Like, they showed a little bit of gameplay. They haven't even talked a lot about Crass. I mean, Dead Island probably will be Crass.
Probably. And I always liked the Dead Island because you got the different skull recipes and the really cool weapons and stuff. So finding all those things was always fun. But just going through and whipping up on zombies with my brother, that it doesn't get any better.
You running Logan and me running Sam B. Voodoo, you voodoo. But no, man, like, it was a surprisingly fun game, and I'm hoping that you get that fun back of fighting zombies, big battles, setting them on fire, special zombies. Just, I didn't get the action feel out of Dying Light 2 I was hoping for. We played it. It was a dull play. What do you say?
Riptide, I didn't care for at all.
But I was talking about Dying Light 2. Like, that's the last one we played. Like, I thought it was kind of dull, honestly.
I didn't particularly care for the story concepts because it's a zombie game where the main purpose was not to fight zombies.
Yeah, it was about as much human drama.
Yeah, so I was just like, I don't understand the concept behind the story. And one of the things you and I were talking about is, spoiler alert, you start getting these special powers and you expect to unlock these special powers to be able to use in the game, especially when you have these zombies that are higher level than you. No, it's only when you fight a couple of guys, and that's it.
It's basically a cutscene that you get, an interactive cutscene at best.
So it was a letdown on many aspects of it. Was it fun playing with Q? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best part about the damn game is being able to play with my friend. But the game itself, even when they got all this new content, we went and tried it and uninstalled it pretty quick. It wasn't enough repair to make it worth another playthrough. Even with the plus game mode, it wasn't enough for me for another playthrough.
Well, here's a good way to say it. Before this is just tell you about Dying Light 2 if you didn't know. I hit him with the magic question. I looked at Blood and said, "So, what was your favorite melee weapon?" And he just was like, and that's how you know it failed as a game. Is that like Dead Island, man? I remember still the Thunder Hammer. Remember I built that big sledge for Sam B that had the shock head, and I would sit. Yeah, I remember at the beginning, I had the special schematic from pre-ordering for the baseball bat with a saw blade on it. I remember weapons from Dead Island 1.
I always liked the power glove because it took me back to my childhood. So,
yeah, but Dying Light 2, there's no weapon that left an impression.
Crossbow.
As well, I meant melee weapon, yeah. And even then, it's just because it wasn't even that it's a great weapon. It's just the most powerful weapon. That's all it's got. Not that it was fun, is that it was
so as far as what I can find on here, it's no one basically it goes down to no one knows if it's cross platform still.
That about adds up.
They have not released anything on that. So
well, I'll be playing on Xbox.
They're coming out though in April. Oh, go ahead, man.
Hopefully it'll be cross-platform.
Yeah.
I would look forward to, because if you're interested in that, heck yeah, man, we'll take a 3-man team through it.
You own an Xbox.
I
He
do.
doesn't like games on Xbox.
It's a zombie game.
It's a game where mouse and keyboard will work best.
And I get this man to use his Xbox for anything but fighting games.
Yes. That's what I have the Xbox for, man. It is for people coming over and beating the shit out of each other. That is all it's for. It is.
Have fun Friday.
Well, beat the crap out of zombies with it then.
And it's not the same style of controls.
I mean, you don't know that yet.
No, it's not. But hopefully we'll get it on cross-platform. If not, you may have to learn how to use a controller for once.
Oh, y'all saw how that worked on Borderlands.
We carry you through this game too.
Borderlands was a shooter, though. And honestly, I will never play with him playing a shooter on console. Because watching him play Borderlands, I was like, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I had to apologize. I was like, oh, okay, you're right. We should get you on the keyboard. Now, he's good. Give him a keyboard. But, like, I'm just surprised he does action games like that. Because I never heard anybody say that keyboards are better for action RPGs. That threw me off. But he was kicking tail in Monster Hunter Rise, so I don't know. But hopefully it's crossplay. We'd love to play with you. It'd be great because, I mean, unfortunately, our other third works a night shift, so we can't get Kitsune back in to, run around with a katana. You remember that. He played the, I forgot the name of the character, but he ran around with the katana, the spy in Dead Island. You remember that, Bloodaxe?
Oh yeah, no, we had a blast with Kitsune, except playing Gears. I'll never forgive him for his Gears play. But Dead Island, oh yeah, we had a blast. Even in Borderlands 2 with him and his wife, man, we had a ball playing 4-man Borderlands 2 back in the day.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get him on now with our conflicting work schedules, and he's busy. I'm about to be getting busier, so. But yeah, I mean, that was when my twins were just born. That was over a decade ago when we were able to finally do that. So
well, hopefully we'll get Xeno. We may have to forcefully. I may have to come over here and just like fight him until he gets on his Xbox. Just like winner takes all because he's adamant about playing on his PC. He spent too much money on it. He refuses. It's like his tower is massive. I'm looking at the thing, and that
look,
is
man.
just,
I put probably at least $1,000 into this thing every year.
So he wants to use it.
But some years more than others, but averaging out, I keep about $1,000 in that thing a year.
Yeah, that video card, man, I can't believe you managed to get one. There's like video cards through the roof.
Yeah.
But all right, well, that's our main thing, though. So we give you an idea of what we're looking at. Do we have any more topics, or was that it?
That was it, man. That's all we got. Dude, I'm like I said, I'm enjoying Wild Hearts. I'm gonna let you guys sort of test the waters on the Atomic Hearts.
I'll let you know how BioShock it is.
Yeah, let me know, and I may jump in that if it's sort of BioShocky. But if it's just of course. I mean, it's single player. I have no reason to fucking play that on console whatsoever, because it ain't even multiplayer. But and I mean, we do know that Redfall is cross-platform, so
we're getting that by default.
Yeah, so at least if Dead Island doesn't work, because I'd rather play one of the Dead games than because honestly, the vampire thing is
a little played out.
Yeah,
well, also it's not going to be a real like Dead Island is an action RPG type game versus a. It's obvious that Redfall is going to be that you go on a mission. Yeah. You go on a mission at this stage. It's instant.
Then Redfall just looks sort of cheesy to me, dude. I don't have high hopes for Redfall.
But Mary Poppins. I got a magic umbrella.
I don't know why you guys have as high hopes as you do for Redfall.
We don't. We're just trying to get you to play something with us. Because when I find a good game, either Bloodaxe is like, I can't play this game. I don't like it. Or you're like, it's not on console. And I'm just stuck in the middle going, You know, like I'll play on whatever I can get because look, this one won't play PC, this one won't play console. You know, this one up here has weird game taste that he doesn't coincide with. I'm sitting there going like, I'll play a kazoo if I can get you to effing come together on it. So I'm stuck in the middle trying to get these guys to play together, and I never get to play with more than one person. And half the time I'm playing by myself.
There's been more games if you quit on me early than I've quit on you early. So just don't start with
I said you have bad taste in games, yeah.
I can drop now if you want me to.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap up there. I think I'm gonna DoorDash something. I'm hungry, so.
I'm hungry again. I just DoorDash. I had to go again. I'm starving.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Dicejunkies.com where you can find links everywhere we are online. And yeah, Kazoo Hero release. Yeah, can't wait for that Kazoo Hero release.
Though.
You want to hear more about that? Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on our YouTube channel. As every week.
We hope you enjoy.